As we continue our poppy, we keep pulling more and more of the color up. That's the bottom of our poppy, and we're pulling that orange and yellow up so that light's hitting it, and just having those light, easy strokes, again, at the end of your brush, and you're just lightly pulling that through. Poppies are really lacy and delicate. We want to have as much layers as possible. So as you keep going back, you can pull in, and I have a pile of my red, my yellow, and my orange, and keep bringing all of those colors in and using those light strokes. We're kind of going to get an edge going here, but we still want this light and lacy in here. So we have really lightly pulling that in, bringing the colors up to the corner. And as we can keep going on that forever, we're going to switch now and go to, take your brush, put some water, the greens. And I have a really light yellow green, I have a medium green, and I have a blue. Blue is for distance away from you. And we're kind of just gonna scrum in the background here of this blue, even though blue is our background color. So we're gonna have that as our background of when we bring our foliage in. Foliage for poppies are really interesting. And take a smaller brush, get closer to this one. So just as you pull it down a line, it's almost like a coming through and having a comma with streaks on it. So that's how poppies come. It actually kind of looks like a weed. But they have like 3 or 4 leaves coming out of it. So we can have those just really loosely. I'll put those down. So put it up, a couple spikes up. And as we fill this in, we're going to fill this in as we go. But again, where's the light coming through? Our light's coming through on this side, on this branch, on that leaf, on this side, and even just a little bit on this one of coming through. So we're going to have that light, again, coming through this way. So then we take our darker colors, and you can take a smaller brush from here as well, and take that side is the darker side without the light coming in. So put that dark blue on that side. This foliage over here is going to have more of the blue. And again, it's still very sketchy, very impressionist, very loose. You don't want to go tight on this at all, as we are defining our space here. And we just keep going. And I have now my brushes mixed with blues and greens. And I'm kind of just dotting in the background, not specifically saying what kind of branch it is. Just taking that color and filling in. We can have some of the background, the whole background coming through. And now you can see that we're developing the light coming through for the foliage and darkness underneath it. A really solid color here. Going all the way down to the bottom of your painting. Don't forget to get the bottom here, but the foliage comes up all through the bottom of the flower. It's not sticking up by itself. So your foliage can come up this way. You can have some of the small leaf coming up, again, that kind of spiky, almost looking like it's a weed. Lighter, my brush is a little bit drier making these up here. We don't want to have it really intense. We want the flowers to show first. So I'm kind of drawing my line. And here's a branch, here's a branch, here's a branch of how the poppy foliage is. And we're gonna fill that up kind of just to here. Fill all that background, and we brought those 3 poppies to come in, but look how much depth we've had so far with just a little bit. We're gonna keep filling that in as we go. You can still see some of the poppy or the purple underneath it of bringing that depth of the color. All of the 4 colors of the poppy, the yellow, the oranges, the purples, 2 different reds in there. Then we're bringing in blue, the green, and the light green in for the foliage. And as we fill that up, we will then, all of this space will be filled. We'll still have some of the background showing through, so it's going to be like 2 blues, 2 greens for the foliage. All right, I'm gonna turn it off again and complete this piece, and then I'll have the end results for you. And I would love to see your results posted online too on my Facebook page. I'll be back in a minute.